Alfred, please. You don't understand. I'm on my last roll. The Batman continues to prove to all of us that he is the superior superhero, refusing to delay the movie The Batman and continue pushing forward even though everything else is falling into chaos. What I want to go ahead and talk about today, guys, is obviously the biggest thing that is affecting our daily lives the past couple of days, but more specifically how it's affecting Hollywood, future movies that are set to be released like The Batman and tons of other movies. I need you guys in the comment section letting me know how you feel about everything just getting delayed, canceled, stopped. Everything feels like it's just at a standstill. And the only favor I ask, guys, is don't use the C word. I'm not even going to be saying it in this video because you say it once, your video is gone off YouTube. So get creative down there with your own name for this thing. But leave a like because someone coughed on the Batman and he said no. So it was literally just announced moments ago by Warner Brothers that they will not be halting any production, delaying any of their projects because of what is going on. Specifically movies like King Richard, Matrix 4, Fantastic Beasts 3, which is going to start shooting Monday. And of course, the one we're mainly going to focus on is The Batman that is currently in the middle of production overseas in the UK. Part of me wants to clap on ahead to Warner Brothers for moving forward with this, but it only takes one person to get it and then shut the entire operation down. That's the main thing I think Warner Brothers is deciding not to delay any of their movies. One, because it would be extremely expensive for them to just stop having to reschedule all the stars, all the props, everything that they had planned. This also gives us high hopes for the movies that are coming out this year by Warner Brothers that they most likely will not be delayed or removed from their release date. The main one us movie fans are worried about right now is Wonder Woman 1984. Now, it's still a long ways away. Everything could be looking sunny side up by the time that movie comes out, so there's no need to worry about it. Heck, the marketing for the movie is still continuing on like nothing is happening. We just got a motion poster this morning. But when we're talking about Disney and the House of Mouse, yo, RIP. Basically anything and everything related to the Walt Disney Company is just done with for right now. Not only are we talking about the closing of all Walt Disney parks until the end of March, but every live action movie and TV show that they currently had in the works has just been put on hold indefinitely. A couple of the smaller projects that have been stopped due to this is The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that's been halted. Shang-Chi, which is their new Marvel movie, that has also stopped production because the director himself was just not feeling all that well and would rather have just isolated himself, which I don't blame him. The live action Little Mermaid movie that was going to start filming next month also has halted production, which is why it made me so scared that The Batman was going to stop, because if they were going to the UK and not going to continue production, that had me really worried for Batman. Also, the live action Peter Pan and Wendy movie is stopped for right now. The Home Alone reboot that was going to be made for Disney Plus also stopped. The reboot of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids entitled Shrunk, which was gonna have the return of Rick frickin' Moranis. Why is everything getting ruined? But those are just the movies that were starting to get filmed. These weren't the ones that were completed, finished, and just ready to go to theaters. The biggest movies right now that have just stopped their release dates because of all this are A Quiet Place 2. I was literally supposed to see this movie on Monday, but because of everything going on, they canceled my screening, and I am just so sad. Mulan also had a screening for it next week. That is canceled along with the release date for the movie. Peter Rabbit 2, you know what? You probably could have kept that one if you wanted to. Antlers, the horror movie, was super excited for that. Now does not have a release date. New Mutants, I think this is all happening because of New Mutants. This movie has been delayed and pushed back ever since the year 2018. It's crazy how this movie was made 4 years ago and we still have not seen it on the big screen. The first trailer for this movie came out 3 years ago. All I'm saying is whatever the next release date for New Mutants is, something bad's gonna go down then. Probably the one that made my girlfriend the most upset is Fast and Furious 9 was delayed an entire year. It was supposed to be coming out April of 2020, but now it's been pushed to April of 2021. You mean I'm not gonna get to see Dominic Toretto give John Cena the lecture about family for another year? Why? And this isn't even including the conversation of what is going on with movie theaters because they're coming close to just closing doors until further notice. We got emails from theaters like Cinemark that are saying they're taking very big precautions to make sure everything is clean and people are safe when they go to their theaters. And AMC went ahead and announced that 50% of their auditoriums will be reduced in size, mainly having to do to the restrictions of how many people can be allowed in one room at a time. Many movie theaters in other countries are just completely shut down, affecting the box office of other movies and possibly making them look like they're box office bombs when really it's just horrible timing. Like the movie Onward was a movie I enjoyed so much, but because this was released right at the peak of everything going on, it suffered tremendously at the box office, being one of the lowest openings for Pixar in a long time. There's gonna be a lot of movie fans looking at that thinking, oh, Pixar is done, but really that just meant people do not trust going to the theaters right now. Bringing it full circle to the Batman, however, even if everything continues as planned with the Batman, the movie gets finished and it meets its release date, that's still not even good news for it. Because all these movies that are now delayed and don't have a release date have to eventually open in theaters, and we're gonna see an effect in 2021 where we just have a clutter of big movie after big movie coming out that's gonna eat away at the box office of the Batman. So even if everything runs smoothly with the Batman, I would not be surprised if they delay the movie just to move away from competition of next year. I do make jokes and try to make light of the situation, but I really hope everybody watching stays safe out there. It's better to be safe than sorry. I was the one of those people who was just laughing at this thing like, come on, really? And then they got my boy Tom Hanks. I'm really curious to know your guys' opinion, how all of this has affected the movie industry, and you as a movie-going audience, are you willing to still go to the theaters with everything going on? Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Film Review. As always, I'm Chris. Take care.